So, hello and welcome again to another Lincolnshire New Folk Movement interview. I'm joined today by the inestimable Adie Sanders. It's a good superlative, isn't it? Yeah,
I like it.
yeah, the inestimable. Yeah, Adie Sanders. So, Adie, thank you very much for joining us. And
Very
just
welcome.
let's start with just tell us a little bit about yourself, your musical background, what sort of style you are, and that kind of thing.
Um, well, I'm just fascinated by songs and songwriting. Really, that's my great passion. I don't think it was always so. When I was younger, classical music kind of interested me more, and I'm a bit of a guitar nerd. So I've got very much into people doing clever things on guitars. But I think the older I've got, the more simple my taste has become. This kind of three chords and the truth really is is what I'm interested in. Simple music, just telling the writer telling you something about themselves. That's what does it for me.
That kind of really distilling down that craft of songwriting, and so it's.
I think so. And to me, the kind of pop song, folk song, whatever you want to call it, it's sort of the perfect art form, really, because it's so accessible. 3 or 4 chords, 3 or 4 minutes, and and it can just speaks to people, doesn't it? And because it's portable, with your phones and iPods and stuff, you remember where you were when you heard it, who you were with, and some of these things just these tunes stay with you for life. And the live as well. You can listen to a song and you think you've known it for years, and then one day you're listening and you actually just get something else from those lyrics that you never got in the first place. So to me, it's all about the song.
Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? Of because John Peel was very big on that, wasn't he? That that 3 minute pop song is such a difficult medium to work in some ways, because it is dead simple and it can go horribly. We were just chatting before we started recording about actually writing and recording songs and things like that, and how easily it can go wrong. But it's great when it goes right. And I think as well, there's that thing of you can never step in the same river twice. That if you step in a river and then step out of it again, then if you were to step in, you've changed, and also
Yeah,
the river has changed. And
yeah,
and I think you're right about songs, that it every time's a little bit different, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Right. Now, I know you because of live events that you have organised. So the gas lamp sessions, principally. Do you
Yeah.
want to tell us, how did you get into starting that? What made you want to do that?
I got asked to do it, and so I thought I'd give it a go. And I'm used to playing at. I've done sort of folk clubs in the past and open mics with that kind of standard 3 song set. I think that's the folk club thing, isn't it? 3 songs. There's a story about who was it? Paul Simon, when he came to England in the 60s or whatever to kind of do his stuff. He went around the folk clubs and they would just say, no, 3 songs. But I'm Paul Simon. No, 3 songs. So, yeah, so when we started doing the gas lamp, I wanted to do something a bit different, maybe slightly more like I sometimes playing Cleethorpes at Mucky Muldoon's up there, something Rob Bywater organises. And there you get a sort of a half an hour set. And I thought, actually, it's nice. It's nice to do the 3 songs and listen to a lot of people in an evening, but it's nice as a performer to go along and actually have chance to talk about your songs a bit more, and develop a bit of a set. Do 6 or 7 songs. So with the gas lamp, it is a sort of an open mic, but it's more of an invitational open mic. So people tell me when they want to play, and I never turn anybody away, but I try to just book sort of 4-5 people for the evening, and everybody gets 25 minutes and chance to do, like I say, sort of 6 songs or so. And they've been really, really great nights.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a lot of people in the pub. Well, the gas lamp, it doesn't fit that many people in, but sometimes there's really good atmosphere with quite a few people in, good listening crowd as well. And other times it's just the musicians, but it really doesn't matter. It's good.
Yeah, I love playing a gas lamp because you're right. It's the right kind of venue to create that kind of intimate kind of thing. You don't have to have hundreds of people. You like you say, you couldn't get hundreds of people in there, but
Yeah,
but it's very very warm and welcoming. I've always really enjoyed
yeah,
those gas lamp sessions, and it's very eclectic. The people you ask to come play.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's trying to. I started keeping on doing it during the first lockdown,
Mm.
and I did 3 or 4 of those. But I'll be honest, I kind of lost a bit of interest in doing it, and then I got busy with other things. My hat goes off to Andy, who's doing the Spilsby Theatre one, and Tess, who's doing the Alford acoustic thing,
Mm.
who's still doing it every month, because I think that's really good. I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't keep doing that, but we'll have to wait till it's all over, then we can go back to normal, can't we?
Yeah, yeah, we can. I think talking to Belle Woodland
Yeah, yeah,
about the her sort of bonfires and things, and I think there are those people who've kind of kept it going, but I know I haven't got it in me to do that. So I'm very grateful for those of you to do. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Now another thing I know about you is collaborations. I have seen you just play on your own, but quite often you'll get somebody to come up and sing with you, and the song we've got at the end is obviously a collaboration. So, do you? Obviously, collaborations aren't for everybody, are they? But you're quite clearly quite good at them. So, what is it that attracts you about collaborations?
Well, for me, it's much more of a recent thing. I've been a lone ranger for a long time, but
Lone
just
wolf.
recent, yeah. I think through Alford Acoustic, really, I've met quite a few people there, and yeah, we just got sort of chatting. And Tess Turner, who's done some vocals with me, she'll often just say, "Oh, I've been listening to that song, and I can just hear that harmony." And so we've got together a few times, and it's been great because she can hear harmonies that I can't. And she brings. It's lovely when somebody can bring something new to your music.
I think that's because I work a lot on my own, especially at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really miss that. People saying, "Oh, well, what about this?" And you just go, "Oh my goodness, I would never have thought of that."
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's a lovely thing to work with other people on songwriting. We'll have to think about how to do more of that. Yeah, there's Melos songs, or mellow songs. He does like sort of songwriting tasks. I should maybe
Yeah, it's
do
just good.
more of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now we've talked quite a bit about songwriting. We were talking about it before as well. But for you, what do you think is the most important aspect of writing a song? Because I've talked with everybody else I've talked to about,
Yeah.
how do you start and how do you finish? But I was just wondering for you, what's the most, if that bit is right, so if it's the melody or the lyrics or the chords, if that's right, then the rest will be okay. Which bit is that for you?
I think the important thing is what do you want to say? Some people say, do you start with the tune? Do you start with the lyrics? I think you have to start with a theme.
Mm.
You have to say, this is something that I feel that I want other people to at least, to engage with them with the same thing. I mean, you hear about these bands, that go off to a recording studio in the south of France for 3 months to put together that difficult third album or whatever, and then not surprisingly, it's crap because they didn't have anything that they wanted to say. So, to my mind, that's what it's all about. You've got to have a theme. You've got to have a burning desire to get that off your chest and to get it into the world.
Just on that then, what would you say is a good example of that, where you go, that song, the theme of it is so powerful, like, I'm not saying like your favorite song, but a good example of that. What comes to mind?
What, one of mine, or just a song of
Either one of yours, or just a popular one.
a popular one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think. I mean, there's a great. Do you know Chris Wood? Have you come across Chris Wood?
I'm not sure I have.
Yeah, he's a bit of a folky. He's got such a wonderful song about taking his daughter to university and describing the room, and just little details like a Hoover for sale and all that kind of stuff. And you know, you could tell obviously when he wrote it, because he wrote it when he'd taken his daughter to uni, and I think I'd done the same with my children at the same time, and it, you know, that just kind of connected. So, you know, that to me, that was a song. I don't think he ever sat down in a room and thought, oh, I've got these lyrics or I've got this lovely tune. It was about, this is something that had happened to him that was really important to him. And so,
yeah,
telling the world that, and for those of us who happen to be in the same place at the same time, you know, there's that connection. And to me, that's what the songs are about.
And he really captured it. That's a really good example. I'll have to check out Chris Wood then.
Yeah, it's great. Great songwriter. Yeah.
Well, I'll just go through some quick fire questions, and then we'll put your song on at the end, and I'll let you introduce that. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First off, what was your favourite TV show as a child?
Oh, Kids from Fame. I used to love Kids from Fame.
Nice.
You're at my age now.
Well, I was going to ask, if I said Crackerjack, what would you say?
What, it's Friday, it's 5 o'clock, it's Crackerjack. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's Crackerjack, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little one's into Crackerjack now. They've redone it.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah. Would you rather live in a cave or up a tree?
Tree.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Bit claustrophobic. Tree would be great.
Tree would be better. Yeah. Scotch egg or sausage roll?
Neither. I'm veggie.
A vegetarian sausage roll? Vegan sausage roll? You
Yeah,
interested
go on
in
then.
that? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Right. What was and this is going to be a difficult one, I think. What's the best gig that you think you've ever been to? The one that comes to mind, you go, oh, that was something.
Oh, well, we talked about Chris Wood. He was in a sort of a folk supergroup called the Imagined Village, and I saw them a couple of times. Brilliant gig at the Drill Hall in Lincoln. Yeah,
I'll do.
Yeah. Bellowhead.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Number time. Yeah. Load. I'll go for the Imagined Village.
The Imagined Village. That's a good recommendation to anybody who's not heard them like me. Yes, so I'll go check out the Imagined Village. Well. I will, yeah, definitely. Right, well, thank you very much for your time, Adie. I will put on your song at the end of this. So do you want to tell everybody a little bit about it?
Right, is this Hippie Dragons? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Right, so you know your medieval cartographers, when they were drawing their maps and they came to an area of the world that they didn't know what was going to be there, they just write Hippie Dragons. And I thought that was quite a good metaphor for the future, really, because I suppose what they were saying is, look, we don't know what's there. We don't know what it's going to be like when we get there, but we're a bit scared. And that's what it's about, really. It's a bit glum. Sorry.
Everybody loves dragons.
Yeah.
If the future's full of dragons, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Possibly. Okay. Well, thank you very much for spending a bit of time with me this evening, Adie.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And you take care, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay. Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Cheers.
As we drive on northwards through the frozen wasted lands, past mountains and valleys and by the salt sea strand, the sat-nav it gives up the ghost, the screen flickers and dies, an automated voice croaks and cries. Hippie Dragon, Hippie Dragon. The rock we're on floats into the Atlantic Sea. The 48 feel righteous whilst the 52 feel free. There be dragons, there be tyrants, there be pawns, there be fools. Ignorance, it is not bliss, ignorance is cruel. Hippie Dragon, Hippie Dragon. We've lost our way and there's no turning back. We don't know where we're going or even where we're at. Uncharted lands and foreign territory, there'll be dragons. Just you wait and see, here be dragons. Dragons. Coal not dull was the refrain, and nuclear power no thanks. Save whales, save the oceans, well they never stood a chance. When all we feared was oil and that it would soon run dry, and our dirty carbon footprints are the reason why. Hippie Dragons, Hippie Dragons. Storms rage and droughts parch the land. We don't know what we're doing, we just didn't understand. Now one thing is certain, in uncertain times, we're going to have to pay for our hideous crimes. Hippie Dragons, Hippie Dragons. We've lost our way and there's no turning back. We don't know where we're going or even where we're at. Uncharted lands and foreign territory, there'll be dragons. Just you wait and see, Hippie Dragons, Hippie Dragons, Hippie Dragons.